Hey, hey, hey. Wagwan, where y'all doing?
I'm still waiting. While the folks still hating. It's a new generation.
Yo, alright, y'all. Okay, y'all done finally made me talk about it. You win, okay? Finally, y'all have been talking about Cheyenne Bryant long enough for me to want to come on here and say what I've been saying for a long time. Come on, y'all. Really? This whole thing has come to a head because finally, everybody has questioned the whole validity of her being a doctor and has found out that her papers and everything is not so valid, okay? Some of them have magically went missing. I'm just saying. She is boldly saying she will not stop calling herself a doctor.
Why not drop doctor from your name if you cannot bring forth that doctoral degree?
So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. And we're going to leave it just as that.
Because no matter what, no matter the fact that she has not earned that title, she still feels like she's earned that title. I've been talking about Cheyenne Bryant because her behavior has definitely been way over the rails for these past couple of years that I've known her about her, at least, much less as long as she's been in the public eye. The craziest part about it is that because of her behavior and the ways that she's behaved, a lot of this stuff is coming to a head along with this whole thing, as people are saying, wait a minute, people are trying to act like, you know, all of her stuff has been so valuable over the years, but some of the stuff that she's put in the forefront to represent herself has not been so good. Kind of like this.
You at least have to see some type of red flag in a doctor not being able to contain herself as somebody rebuttals or responds.
I had about 60 seconds left to read 60 seconds worth of business. Cheyenne knows I'm wrapping the show, but she won't let it go.
I definitely want to create more gentle adults, especially men, especially men. That's what, hold on, guys. That's what we need in the world is more gentle men who understand.
You're very gentle.
Hold on, guys. That's what
She's like a barrier preventing me from doing my job. And because we had talked about that specific issue all season long, I got upset.
Let's just stop and go back. Because I'm wrapping the show and you're interrupting me.
First of all,
this is what we spent a whole meeting on.
Teray, first of all, lower your fucking voice when you're talking to me because you're acting very gentle, very soft, and very feminine. You talk to your wife like that. You don't talk to me like that. I am not your wife. I'm not your wife, softie. Don't fucking talk to me like that. Check.
Frank and Ariva, I apologize.
Check yourself. You don't talk to me like that.
Hold on,
to your wife like that.
Doc, hold on.
Shut the fuck up talking to me like that. That's what you do. That's what you do. You better tap into your gentleness and real quick.
Educated and I'm successful in my lane, and I land on this. I created my own lane. And so a lot of times, Marissa, when people see that you created something that maybe they couldn't, admiration turns into envy.
Shut the fuck up.
So I've earned the title, I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody.
Look, here's my whole thing. It comes down to, at the end of the day, the fact that no, you don't need a degree necessarily to be able to give people advice, right? You can go off of life experience. You can go off of things that you study. You can go off of all these things in order to give people advice and everything like that. However, if you are going to be diagnosing people, if you are going to be coming on here calling yourself a doctor, baby, you are in the wrong. I think that she feels like, no, she does not have to explain herself, but yes, baby, you do. Okay. Because if you put yourself in the public eye, you put yourself out there and say, yes, I am a doctor, and yes, this is how I choose to represent myself, and yada, yada, yada.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yes, you do have to explain yourself and prove yourself and say, this is my qualification for saying that this is who I am. Because once you do that and you put yourself in the public eye, then you are open to public scrutiny, which means people are allowed to then question the validity of what you're talking about and what you call yourself.
You better preach the pastor.
I think when you begin to diagnose people and, say that people are narcissists and all this stuff based upon your degree in psychology.
So I've been in private practice as a doctor of psychology for 17 years.
And you begin to refer to that degree in psychology when you go into, the different things that you do and the different things that you are saying about people and saying to people and everything like that, then that's when it becomes wrong. Nothing is wrong with being a life coach. And as it has been stated, no, you do not need a license or a degree to be a life coach. And nothing is wrong with that. I think that she would have been able to represent herself more authentically if she would have said, you know what, I am a life coach and this is the information that I'm coming with. You know how many people is on YouTube and Facebook and all of that stuff that consider themselves life coaches that is giving out all types of different advice and all of this stuff? But I feel like once you put yourself in a position of being a doctor of psychology, there is a certain, way that you represent as it relates to the information that you're giving. And as a lot of people have pointed out, it's not like the information that she's given is necessarily representative of that level of degree and information and training. And so with that being the case, I think that you just screwed yourself. And now I think being arrogant is the worst possible thing that you can do in this moment, and being like, well, I don't have to answer to nobody and I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. And yes, that is and yes, Dr. Bryant.
People keep asking me to show my dissertation for my doctoral degree in counseling psychology from Argosy University. Well, here it is.
My thing is that my proof isn't something that I have to prove to individuals.
Now, this should put this issue to bed.
It comes down to accountability. As a woman, as a black woman, you put yourself out there and now you have to answer for all of the ways that you've been conducting yourself and all of the different invalid diagnoses that you may have been given out. Even if your information was straight, the whole thing is that you misrepresented it by calling yourself doctor and you don't have a doctorate. And as she said herself, an honorary doctorate don't count and she don't consider that, valid and everything like that. Well, then stand on it and stand on the fact that you have an honorary doctorate in something, but you do not have a doctorate in psychology. But anyway, everybody's been talking about it, so here I am. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm sure that everybody has a lot of opinions by now.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see anytime that I post a video, because I want to be in your algorithm. All right, y'all.
I don't need no negativity around.